Hey, want to be smarter, do better in school? Well, edutainment is the key. What is it, you say? Edutainment, entertainment, especially video games, with an educational aspect. Video games and technology are all around us. If we could harness its power for good, or at least educational purposes, it could become a very powerful tool in learning. It can help open up many opportunities for people who have special needs when it comes to learning, and can also make education more accessible to all. So can technology really help people learn? Don't believe edutainment is the key? Well, a survey of University of Michigan's 102 communications class can help answer this question. The class of approximately 300 took a survey regarding their technology uses. Here's a graph taken from the data collected from the survey. This shows students' self-rated use for laptops during class for note-taking. A large portion of the class rated that they frequently use their laptops in class for note-taking. This number is separated from other uses of laptops in class. For instance, checking Facebook and surfing the web are not included in this number. It is only for note-taking. So this establishes that people use technology or are ready to learn. It also shows that a lot of COM 102 students use technology, but does it actually help? Here is another graph generated from the same survey. This graph shows the average ACT score compared to their self-reported frequency of watching educational videos. As you can see, the averages are high, but those with the highest frequency of watching educational videos had the highest ACT scores as well. Now we can see that there is a correlation between edutainment and higher ACT scores. However, not all data shows the same correlation. Here is yet another graph generated from the same data. This graph compares average high school GPA and frequency of playing educational games in high school. In this graph, those who had the highest frequency of playing educational games actually had the lowest average GPA. So in this graph, edutainment is actually negatively correlated with highest average GPA. While that conflicting data is confusing, does edutainment work? Well, this survey is limited in that correlations can be found, but causation cannot be established. This survey is also not representative of people in general. This is limited to the very specific group of people in college taking COM 102 at the University of Michigan. Luckily, I'm not the only one interested in edutainment and its potential benefits. One recent experiment has been done to improve children's literacy. Groups of 4th grade students were given the same material to learn. Both groups were taught the same information, but one group of students were given additional games to play regarding the class material, where the others weren't. Simple enough. Both groups learn the same material in the same setting. One gets extra games, the others don't. After a 10-week period, the students were given the same tests. The children who used the games performed significantly better than the groups who just studied the information normally. The gamers had better content retention, comparison skills, and used more and different research materials. So this is one example of edutainment improving a child's literacy. But edutainment is a large field and can help many different groups with a variety of subjects. Recently, researchers tried to create an effective card game that would teach high schoolers chemical elements. The point of the game was to engage learners with a fun playing card game, while teaching them the logic behind the periodic table rather than having students memorize the information. Games really can be applied to all sorts of learning. It has been shown to be effective with students who have language barriers and special learning needs. Experimenters found that games allowed students to learn at a different pace, tailored to their speed of learning, and this outside help also helped promote students' engagement in the classroom. Lastly, we can look at how entertainment isn't purely for academic purposes. Games can also be used to teach people skills. An experiment was created to teach people a foreign language through 3D gaming. The environment of the game was made to engage learners and teach German. Through their use of the game, students showed an increase in motivation to keep playing and learning German as they progressed higher and higher through the levels. Language acquisition tests also showed that the game was effective both teaching German as well as having students retain information through the levels. Through a variety of studies, it can be seen that edutainment is effective and does work. Now, why does it work? That can be answered with the theory of uses and gratifications. The idea is pretty straightforward. People choose to engage with edutainment because doing so will satisfy a personal need. Edutainment takes that same feeling of satisfaction that people get from engaging with entertainment and applies educational concepts. That way, people feel satisfied as they learn something that other forms would not be satisfying to engage with.